For years now, I've seen people talk about making the smallest possible Minecraft base or smallest possible Minecraft house. Now, no offense to them, but most seem to forget what the definition of smallest actually is, and one day I decided that I actually wanted to try to figure out what the smallest possible base in Minecraft is. And in doing so, I went on a journey discovering some of the rarest and most interesting Minecraft seeds that only generate in very specific and unusual circumstances, breaking the game using 2500 banners, all to find the key to building the smallest possible Minecraft base. But what actually is a Minecraft base? Or the better question, what is required for a Minecraft build to be considered a base? Well, we can answer that one with another question. What are the bare minimum things you need to survive a Minecraft world? Well, obviously there's the crafting bench and the furnace, essential items you need to progress in a world, which without you won't get very far. Chests also, while not technically essential, will be very difficult to play without. Then of course you need a shelter, which can be a safe place where you can sleep to skip a night. I would say that a chest, a furnace, a crafting bench and a bed are the minimum 4 core features a base must have in order to be considered a Minecraft base. You could say other further items like enchantment tables and the chests are all also must-haves, but if we are talking about basic survival progression, then they aren't required. Alright, so we've established now that a base needs these 4 elements to be considered a base. So how can we fit them all together in the smallest area possible? Well, there's a few ways we can do this. First, we can use what I call bed methods, which are bases centered around the bed, the biggest object we have here. These look like this and often use trapdoors in order to access. However, they take up just way too much space. Including the trapdoors, we are using a total of 9 blocks of space here. Too big. So I devised a trapdoorless design, utilizing the mechanic where chests don't take up an entire block. Not including these 2 cover blocks, the base only uses a combined 6 blocks of space total, and as an added bonus, features a double chest rather than a singular one. You can sleep in the bed because the chests aren't considered an obstruction, and can access the furnace and crafting bench with a bit of effort, like so. But there's still a problem. The base is too wide, taking up 6 blocks total. How can we compact this more? And well, I found the solution, and it's probably the simplest thing. Stacking all of our essential blocks on top of one another like so, giving us a fully functional 5 block only base. This design, while taking up the least space in terms of blocks, is far from perfect however, as it's not very compact, won't work in holes or underground, and sticks out like a sore thumb. I mean, look at how much headroom I have here. We have to improve this. So, I went back to the drawing board. In all of our compact base designs, what was the one thing that took up the most space and caused the most problems? Well, it's obviously the bed. Not only do they require a chest or clear space above them, but they are also very wide. Can this be compacted in any way in vanilla survival Minecraft? The first thing I thought back to was SciCraft, specifically a video by ilmango, where the SciCrafters managed to remove the bottom 2 blocks of a nether portal using a specific update suppression technique. Update suppression is a specialized technique of overloading a Minecraft world with so many block updates in the same single Minecraft tick that it causes a game to skip block updates and sometimes crash. Basically, you can overload Minecraft so much that it cannot process whatever you decide to do and thus skips it. Now, there are a variety of methods that you can use to cause update suppression, but the version which was showcased in the ilmango video is where you chain so many signs or banners onto a single block, roughly 2500, causing the game to skip a block update. Skip an update, just like many of you have skipped hitting the subscribe button upon watching my videos. Don't make me update suppress you and force you to subscribe. Hit that button for me. No pressure. Now, this is a lot of effort to set up, so I first decided to try it in creative and used World Edit to set up the 2500 banners, and it didn't work. But I did see half of the bed stay in place for a second, a good sign. I rotated the axis the banners were placed on and tried again, and this time, success. Brilliant. But there was an issue. I could only get it to work with the bottom half of the bed remaining, and it was right here that I realized another problem I was going to have, being that this side of the half bed is non-functional. You can't sleep in it. The half bed would also disappear immediately upon being updated by placing blocks near it or on top of it, meaning we won't really be able to build the rest of our extremely compact base with this technique. However, the even bigger issue is that update suppression doesn't work in 1.19 and above, and when I tried it using the same method, the world would just lag out, and upon restarting the game and going back into it, the entire bed would be gone. So I went back to the drawing board again. What other ways could we get half beds in vanilla Minecraft? Well, while thinking, I realized something. There exist Minecraft worlds, seeds specifically, whereby certain blocks such as end portal frames are cut off by terrain generation. These are very rare though, and would they even exist for half beds? We know that beds can generate naturally in Minecraft in a few structures, including igloos and importantly village houses. So I went looking on Reddit to see if anybody had found any Minecraft seeds where a village had only generated with half a bed, which led me to stumble across this post with only 3 upvotes in the Minecraft seeds subreddit. A player had claimed to find a half bed in 1.19, and sure enough, there it was. But problem again, it's the bottom half of the bed and we still can't sleep in it. I stumbled across this other post with only 8 upvotes in the same subreddit of a 1.20 seed with half a bed, and this one got me excited as it was the top half of the bed and the villager was already sleeping in it. Sure enough, loading up the world and there it was. And before I could even try to test if you could sleep in it or not, a villager confirmed my suspicions. Perfect, I excitedly thought, as I began working on this very video script you are listening to now on my second monitor. Whilst AFK in the seed, I thought it solved all my problems. However, disaster would then strike. While I was AFK, I heard a bed breaking noise and found the half bed broken and dropped as a normal bed item on the ground. I used Shadowplay to clip the last 30 seconds of Minecraft and realized that this seed was going to be problematic. You see, what's cool about the half bed is that you can place and destroy blocks above it, under it, and on every single side of it, except for one, the side where the bottom half of the bed is meant to be, which if you update by placing or breaking blocks, will break the bed entirely. Because that block in this seed is taken up by a melon stem, as soon as it grows, it causes a block update and breaks the bed. So basically, this base will break only minutes after its half bed has generated. It won't last. This was a huge problem. All of the half bed seeds I'd found were caused by crops, which would grow and eventually break the bed. I needed to find another half bed seed where there weren't any seeds or crops in the way. I needed to learn how and why these half beds generate. So I asked the Minecraft at home team if they could help me out, and here's what I learned. So the leading theory behind why these half beds generate in the first place is due to a village with a bed in it colliding with another structure or feature when it generates, which overwrites part of the house generation, and if it lines up correctly, it will also only overwrite half the bed. In the case of the 2 seeds I found, a village farm has overwritten part of the house and the bed. Now, the good news is that village farms aren't the only thing that can overwrite bed generation. Lava lakes, woodland mansions, shipwrecks, igloos, ruined portals, and likely a bunch of other structures can overwrite them as well. They linked me a bunch of known seeds that I sifted through, many of which had blocks in the way of the half bed, meaning that the bed would be broken, or had the wrong half of the bed present. And finding a half bed where only the top half is present with no obstructions seems to be really difficult, and I looked through about 30 known half bed seeds provided by them to me until I found this 1.18.2 seed where a lava pit had collided with and overwritten the generation of an abandoned village house, which, keep in mind, only have a 2% chance of generating, leading to a half bed looking like this. And we can get rid of the lava like so, and finally we have it. A perfect, functional, half Minecraft bed with no obstructions. Since according to this Reddit comment, there are about 1.4 billion villagers total in a Minecraft world, with only a select dozen or so likely to have half beds, finding a half bed with no obstructions may be as rare as 1 in 10,000 or even 1 in 100,000, but that's just massive speculation. Now we can finally make the smallest possible base in Minecraft. I have a couple designs I'll show you guys which only take up 4 blocks total. First, we have the loud and proud method, putting the chest above the bed like so, or even to the side. This method is practical but just looks less compact in general, so I'm not as much of a fan, although its variations do look pretty quaint. You could also just do the boring method of placing each block like so, but this also really ruins the compact vibe. This design we have here, where we can put the furnace below the chest, is my second favorite, a nice balance between compact and functional. However, here we have my favorite and most compact looking design, the chest under bed method, which you can also put a crafting table or furnace right below, that is accessible through this gap. I like this method because it fits nicely into a hole in the ground, making it seem a lot more compact than the other designs. There are multiple ways you can do this as well. The seeds are in the video's description if you want to try them yourself. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my little story of the journey I underwent to create the smallest possible base in Minecraft. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching.